The birds are chirping in the background. Songbirds, right? And that's how we started this channel. It's me sitting on a front porch in Hendersonville, Tennessee, talking about my gig experiences, working in one of the biggest music meccas in the country, if not the biggest these days, is Nashville, Tennessee. And now I'm down here in Florida, right? I hadn't planned on leaving Nashville. I never thought I would leave it. You know, if you're gonna be a musician, it seems like a gosh darn good place to be. But man, there's also the thing of people coming down to Florida for the amazing weather. Now, right now, dude, it's it's middle September, right? And it's just the perfect temperature out here. And this is when it starts getting good in Florida, right? But man, one thing that you have to be aware of, man, the dreaded outdoor gigs. Now, I can't imagine playing an outdoor gig here in the summertime. It would be brutal, but man, it's the same for that all over the U.S., dude, especially in the South with the humidity and all that, man. And I've played gigs where, dude, I probably lost 20 pounds of water weight playing outdoors in a monkey suit of some sort, playing somebody's outdoor thing, thinking, oh, this will be great. Let's have this event outside. Look, man, weather is not all that you have to contend with as a musician, all right? I think an important thing to realize is understanding your audience, right? If you can't understand your audience that you're playing for, if you can't adjust your approach, you can't adjust your song selection, you can't adjust how you speak to the crowd or not speak to the crowd, that can be a real problem, right? There's been many a gig I've played, and look, this is why when you get into the advanced stages of playing with people that you've been playing with for years, you don't show up with a song list, you don't show up with a set list. You just know, hey, we're gonna go play music, we're gonna go try to make this people's event or their party or their wedding or whatever, we're gonna try to make it an amazing event, but we're not going to assume anything. We're not going to assume that we know beforehand what's going to work. Even if you have a set list, you need to be able to go, hey man, we're wearing these people out. Let's call an audible. That's what we would say. If you have a set list and it's not working, I'm gonna call an audible. Here, let's play this now. Or here's an audible. We're going to change entirely what we're doing, right? Or we're already playing this song, but it's not working. We're gonna call an audible, and right after the first chorus, we're gonna get out and get into this other song, essentially making a medley on the spot. Can it be done? Abso-friggin-lutely. If you've got a band that you've been working with for a long time and you've got a system, and I'll tell you a system right now where you can create medleys on the spot. First of all, always when you're playing a song, think about what's next. And dead air is not your friend on stage, right? So think about what's coming up next, thinking about a segue into that song. The same thing a DJ does. Why do you think DJs are so popular? Well, there's no dead air when you have a DJ. There's no stopping to tune. There's no, oh, somebody's got to go take a pee break, so we're going to do an acoustic song. There's none of that. So a great party band is able to do the exact same thing, which would essentially elevate you above a DJ. If you're a band that can turn at the stop of a dime, because DJs do this all the time. They put a song on and it's not getting the crowd hyped up enough. And they fade it out and fade in the next song. Well, look, man, one of the secrets, and I'll give you a great secret that you can have, man. One of the things that I've seen really good band leaders do, Eric Blue being one of them, is he would point at the bass drum, telling the bass drum, the drummer, to give me 4 on the floor. So he would slip off around to each person and go, hey, we're gonna do this. Hey, we're gonna do this. And then if he can't reach somebody on stage, he would tell them, hey, tell the bass player, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Then he would point at the bass drum. That means for the drummer to sort of break it down, but play that 4 on the floor kick, which is something that's propelled DJs for years, right? That 4 on the floor gets everybody marching, right? It's up tempo, it's party friendly, right? And that 4 on the floor tempo kicks in, and all of a sudden, either the keyboard player, if he's the starter of the instrument, or if everybody's coming in time, he'll count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and everybody comes in on that audible, that song that he went around. If you're the guitar player and he does the 4 on the floor, boom, 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 then he points at you, boom, you kick off the riff. This can work for everything from rock and roll to 50s music to disco to funk. I mean, anything can be kicked off that way. It doesn't mean the drummer's got to play 4 on the floor for the entire song. But what it does is it keeps the momentum going, and you're able to read that crowd. That is the thing that a great DJ can do, right? Well, you as a band leader, you should be able to do the same thing. And if you're able to do that, you're keeping bands alive, right? You're literally keeping the thing of having a live band. And if you're a live band that can segue and pick songs and read a crowd and all that, man, these are skills that are developed over decades. These are skills that can take a lifetime. And look, just like a DJ might not always read a crowd correctly and might not always pick the right song. You know, sometimes you miss. Sometimes you called something early. Sometimes you didn't make the right selection, but you're always thinking about what's next. What's going to work from the last song into the next song. This is information, man, this is advanced information, right? And look, there's a point in a night. You know, people have asked me, you know, what do you do on a nursing home gig? What if all of a sudden your bar band, and this happens for all players, man, one day you're going to get a call, go play a nursing home or a assisted living or something like that, right? What do? Somebody said, well, what do you play on that? You know, obviously, depending, and this could be something that goes on for a time, you know, maybe someday there'll be a time when songs from the 90s or hits from the 2000s or boy band songs will be played in nursing homes. In fact, I'm sure of it. But for me, you know, in my lifetime, and if I was going to go play a nursing home today, what would I play? I would play songs from the 50s. I would play stuff that's chill, stuff from the 50s, stuff from the 60s, stuff from the 70s, right? But stuff that is not high impact, right? You may be dealing with people that have damaged hearing. You may be dealing with people with hard of hearing, but you don't want to play something that's going to aggravate them or elevate their blood pressure or something like that. So the complete opposite of a party where you're trying to get people as hype as possible. At a nursing home, you want to bring back memories. At a nursing home, you want to bring a smile to their face. You want to play something pleasant. You're not going to practice seeing how far outside you can play Over My Girl. When you're in an assisted living facility, you're going to want to play it pretty, right? And look, a gig like that these days would largely be a solo thing, where maybe you go in there and you take an app like iReel and you play some classic tunes and use the backing in that app, and make sure you practice it beforehand, because some of those charts are wrong and sometimes the tracks don't play, and you may want to have it set up to play for a long time so you can solo and you can stretch things out. Look, not everybody could do 2 or 3 sets in a nursing home. That's gonna require a lot of very chill, very relaxed material. But man, think about it, man. Reading a crowd, knowing how to bring the party or not bring the party, knowing how to segue into songs, knowing when to shift gears, learning how to read a crowd, understand if the crowd is young. You've got to make a very quick observation of the demographics of your crowd, right? When I look on YouTube and I see the demographics of people that watch my channel, I see that the largest demographic is people in my age group, right? And the next largest is people older than me. And then the next largest is people 10 years or more, younger than me. And that is the range. That is probably 80% of the people that watch this channel. So giving you guys stuff that you can relate to is part of what I do here. And I know that a lot of people that watch my channel have probably played hundreds and hundreds of gigs. And this may be information that maybe they've got a different approach that they do. Maybe they've got a different way that they segue into songs. But there is that demographic of people that watch this channel that are younger, that are inexperienced, and are willing to listen to somebody like this old guy right here tell of these things. And man, if you're a younger player and watching this video and learning something, man, let me know in the comments. Now, Ace wants to say hi. Come here. Come here. Okay. Come here. Ace wanted to say hi. And we're here this morning. We're imparting wisdom on the experience of playing in a band, reading crowd, and all of that. And man, thank you to everybody that tunes into to me and Ace for these early morning talks. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.